Yes, YouTube, welcome back to another video and thanks for joining me. So are you looking for a moss that's slightly more unusual than the ones you regularly see, like Java, Christmas moss, things like that? Well, today we're going to be using some Phoenix moss or some Fissidens Fontanus in this 20-gallon long aquarium. So I'll show you a little bit about this moss, how to care for it, as well as attaching it in this aquarium. So if you want to see a little bit more about that, then don't go anywhere, and that's all coming up right after this. And welcome back. So like I said, we're going to be chatting about Phoenix moss today. Now this moss that I bought, it comes on mesh pads, and I got this from a seller on eBay who messaged me to say this is a particularly nice batch. And he was definitely right. So I had it just soaking in the tank, as you probably can see, and now we're ready to attach it to some of the woods. So for those of you who haven't seen the video of me rescaping this tank, so we had some new plants because the bulbitis was covered in algae and it was just getting disgusting from all the hot weather. So we've made some improvements on that tank. We've still got things to work on, but we're getting there in time. So this is going to help us today, obviously cover up some of that wood because we have scaped that wood before and it's got glue all over it. And it's going to get more glue on it today. So these are the pads that I've got, which are not as nice looking as when they're actually in the aquarium, but obviously moss just doesn't hold its structure outside of the water. So what I'm going to try and do is, this looks like it's been tied on, so I'm going to try and cut this, because I could cut this into strips and attach it like this, but I'm afraid of the sharp edges with the fish, so we're going to see if we can get this cut off now. Okay, so now we've got some of it loose. I don't know if I'm going to need it all because it came a lot bushier than I expected it to. So we're going to try and attach this now into the aquarium. I'm going to be using some cyanoacrylate super glue, which is perfectly fish, plant and aquarium safe, so you're fine to use that. And I'll leave links to any of the items we use in today's video down in the description if you want to go and check them out. But let's get this tank looking a bit more mossy. So we've got the moss in there. So like I mentioned earlier, this is Fissidens Fontanus or Phoenix moss. Now it's probably not as common as some of the other mosses you traditionally see, like Java moss, weeping moss, Christmas moss, flame moss, spike moss, and all the others. So it's the first time I've actually used it myself, so I'm not going to tell you exactly how to care for it, but I'm going to explain what I know about it so far. So this moss actually comes from North America. Now this isn't such a high demanding plant in terms of lighting like a lot of mosses are, and it can withstand lower light levels. It also likes soft water as well traditionally, but from what I've heard it can be pretty hardy. Now obviously if you are going to be adding to a high-tech tank which traditionally has high lighting and obviously CO2, now that won't necessarily mean that it will fail, but from what I can gather, it looks that it will grow a lot quicker, which will absorb a lot more nutrients, so make sure there's enough nutrients in your tank to be able to sustain it. Now I think this is a really nice choice, especially on this wood, because there is quite narrow, thin spider wood or grapevine, something along those lines. I can't remember exactly what it is, I've had it for years. But I think this will really suit it though, just because it's a low growing, slow growing moss. And in the past, for those of you who've seen the tank before, we had weeping moss, I think it was, in there, and it just exploded and went everywhere. So hopefully this is manageable enough, because I've only put it on that one main branch and a few other places just as accents. So I'll keep you updated on how this is going. Obviously at the moment you see a lot of the glue showing through and it probably hasn't risen towards the light, but give it a couple of days to grow out and cover those spots and it'll look a lot nicer. As always, I'll leave a link down in the description for anything we've used today, and I'll keep you updated on the progress of this moss, the tank, and everything else in this room. So if you want to see something in particular, because I know we've been sticking to a lot of fish content recently, so there is reptile content to come, so don't worry. But if there's anything you want to see in particular, let me know in the comment section below. I'll be sure to make that video. But I hope you're enjoying these shorter little videos midweek. I'm going to try and carry on doing these now, so I have the main upload on a Sunday and a small video like this on a Wednesday, and we'll see how we go from there. But as always, if you can do me a massive favour and show me support by hitting that subscribe button, knocking that notification bell so you don't miss out any future videos. As well, if you want to check out my merch, that really helps. Any of the proceeds go straight back into this room, filming equipment, making the animals' lives and your experience even better. Woo! And any of the Amazon affiliate links as well, I get a small commission. It doesn't cost you any more. You get the things you want, plus it helps grow the channel and support me, and I really appreciate that. But I think that's enough of me waffling on for today. Is there anything else you'd like to know? Hit me up in the comment section below, and I'll catch you in the next video.